Okay, to continue the discussion that I presented in the previous video, we were talking about the universe, the possibility of alien life forms. The problem with finding an alien life form close to Earth is that, first of all, there's nothing within our solar system. We've searched, we've looked, none of our planets, except for Earth, are habitable. Scientists have postulated that perhaps if Mars and Venus switched orbits, okay, Venus is in Mars' orbit, Mars is in Venus's orbit, that perhaps those two planets would be capable of sustaining life, but the point is, they're not. Pluto. Poor Pluto. It's not even a planet anymore. How terrible is that? Anyway, the universe is incredibly large. Incredibly. I mean, I think Douglas Adams said it best. You think it's a long way down the road to the pharmacist? That's just peanuts compared to space. Okay? And there are multiple planets within our galaxy. We may someday be capable of interstellar travel, traveling between stars. It's possible that there are planets revolving around these stars that they may be capable of sustaining life. It's possible that these planets, very, very far away from us, have evolved creatures that are capable of interstellar technology. We don't know. We really don't, because anything that we see in space, anything that we look up into the sky and we are looking at from thousands of years away because of light speed. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, according to Einstein's theory of relativity. Faster than light speed travel is purely within the realm of imaginary science. Anything that we look at in the sky, we're looking into the past. The sun, we're looking at the sun 8 minutes previous. When we look up out into the sky, look at the sun. Don't look at the sun, it'll hurt your eyes. But if we looked at the sun, we're looking at a sun from 8 minutes ago. Because that's how long it takes, 8 or 6, I don't remember precisely which. But that's how long it takes for light from the sun to reach the Earth. Anyway, back to the Greys. I was talking about the Greys, right? I've actually got a purported autopsy of the Greys, an autopsy report. The approximate height of the alien humanoid is 3.5 to 4.5 feet tall. One source approximated 5 feet. The weight is approximately 40 pounds. Very small, very light creatures. These are creatures that would evolve on a lower gravity planet. They would be lighter, skinnier. Actually, if they evolved on a lower gravity planet, they ought to be taller than this. They ought to be taller. So there's some conflicting information here. If they evolved on a planet that had higher gravity than Earth, then they would be shorter, stockier, they would weigh a lot more, they would have very thick bones. No earlobes or protrusive flesh extending beyond apertures on each side of the head. Mouth is indicated as a small slit without lips opening into a small cavity. Mouth appears not to function as a means of communication or as an orifice for food ingestion. Perhaps these creatures at one point in their lives had mouths and they evolved beyond the need for mouths, and all that is left is something akin to a puppet. No apparent reproductive organs. perhaps atrophied by evolutionary degeneration, no genitalia. The absence of sexual organs suggests that some of the aliens, and perhaps all, do not reproduce as the Homo sapiens, or that some of the bodies studied are produced perhaps by a system of cloning or other unknown means. Now, to qualify as a life form, a being must do three things. And I forgot what they were. But basically, they have to eat. No, okay, I got it. They have to sustain a shape. They have to keep a shape. They have to be capable of shape. They have to be capable of energy, both producing energy and using energy. And they have to reproduce. Colorless liquid prevalent in body without red cells, no lymphocytes, not a carrier of oxygen, no food or water intake is known, no food found aboard craft in one known retrieval, no digestive system or GI tract, no intestinal or alimentary canal or rectal area described. So not only do these greys not eat, they don't reproduce sexually, and we haven't discovered how they use, produce, and utilize energy within their bodies. These creatures are, as we know it, scientifically impossible. It's very, very unlikely that any greys, if they do exist in this state, would be capable of surviving on Earth. Oxygen is a highly corrosive gas, highly corrosive, and the creatures of Earth have evolved to be able to breathe and utilize this oxygen. Not true on some other planets. I would imagine there are some planets that might be methane-based, with creatures capable of breathing methane. They have to get their energy somehow. Alright, if you, to use an example, Zim from Invader Zim has a PAK, P-A-K. I don't believe we're ever told what that stands for, but it provides him with the nutrients he needs to survive. These greys have no such thing. Nobody knows how they survive, how they live, which to me is very suspicious. If you were writing a science fiction novel and you put these greys in your science fiction novel, the world would laugh at you. Science fiction readers all over the world would laugh because they are so improbable. Now, I'm not saying that they aren't real. I'm not saying they are real. I'm just saying that they are very, very improbable. And it's no wonder that they stay on their spaceships and abduct people if they can't survive on Earth, and no wonder that these supposed crash sites have found no surviving aliens. They're impossible on Earth. You can't get creatures like that on Earth. The ecosystem would not support these creatures. And this video is getting a little long again, so I'm going to stop it and continue in the next video.